Commander Audio ran into Commander Video on the street. Then the Mingron Timbletot returned with an evil plot to turn all fine literature into My Immortal. Commander's Video and Audio joined together Wonder Twin style to form a Twin Famicom. Commander Twin Famicom decided to make peanut milkshakes and quote the room while buying rice and curry. Then they used the powers of Dr. Fetus's love of saw blades to remove one of the Timbletot's gears, making the giant floating engine block sad and admit defeat. Then the two commanders became friends, but then they got in a fight 2 days later. CV then went back to the ship, only to find Bender bending Rodriguez had taken a precedence. He then offered the good commander well-fermented ale, and they both got drunk while playing Bishop Fate. CV then woke up in an empty room with a naked quote and Curly. Turns out CV can't handle his ale and passed out, leaving Bender an opportunity to rob the ship. Then, a suitless Dr. Fetus slipped in and fell in the ocean. Dr. Fetus got back onto the emptied ship. Commander Video tried scrounging the area to see if Bender missed anything. He found Dr. Fetus's modified plasma rifle and quotes booster, and thus it began. Later that evening, as the sky grew dark, a light could be seen floating toward the ship at high speeds. It began to speak. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, as it handed them a Shrek 2 DVD. CV put the DVD in the booster storage pocket and flew away to Pikmin Island, where he met Strongbad in a folding chair drinking a glass of Sudsue given to him by Gilligan the bartending Pikmin. Then Sweet Kaz announced she was going on holiday at lunchtime. I'll be away for a week. Megan came with kitty paws. She said everyone was still in the underground from last story time. Then Family Party Bear had a crush with Petaluna and Cartoon Zelda. I'm going for 4 days now, said Petaluna. Palutena, sorry. Meanwhile, in the underworld, Crispin Freeman and Hades were playing a game of poker with Louie from Pikmin 2 and Cookie Daku Poopsicle, the only rotten titan from the Welcome Wonderland. Then Earthbound 4567 for Wii U was announced. But then the story became on sidetracked as CV asked Strongbad where Bender's hideout was. He told our hero that it was in a volcano, within the volcano on the island. But then everyone realized it starred Robot Alex, and the gameplay would focus on Robot Alex dancing to Bit Trip Void soundtrack. The more you dance, the better the economy gets. But then CV turned off the TV and ascended the volcano, finding Bender's hideout, an abandoned super jail with a giant statue of Bender in the center. The statue fired a laser TV, which he dodged. Then Putazzo showed up at the volcano to try to shut the statue off. He couldn't find the switch. Then Commander Video said, look on the statue's underside. Putazzo looked on the underside, but he didn't find a switch, but instead found a Morse code key. Putazzo found a pipe labeled alcohol intake. He realized he needed bombs, so they went to MVM_decoy and took a Demo Man robot back to the island, explaining the situation. Fear me, fools! What was that? A spiral-shaped staircase into an underground cavern? What was that supposed to mean? The end. He was feared by all except a select few superheroes, including Commander Video, Mario, Sonic, and Derpy Hooves from Storytime 3. Then the story returned to CV. The Demobot blew up the pipe and drank the booze that poured out, causing the Bender statue to power down and allowing CV and Putazzo entry into Bender's super jail. You shall all fear me. I took over the story enough now. Who dares challenge me from my position of the mighty ruler of Miiverse? So Commander Video set off with Mario, Sonic, and Derpy Hooves to destroy the mighty ruler of Miiverse. I am the law. Also the continuity police. Craig, you're under arrest for failure to comply with logical standards. Back to the story. CV and Putazzo fight through several mighty monsters and come across Bender, whose pupils are missing. Clearly he has been possessed. CV and Putazzo get ready to fight him. Then Cat Video returned to normal when Bender hit him. Commander Video used his rifle to kill Bender, but then the true mastermind appeared. It was the Timbletot yet again. No, it's not. Timbletot was defeated by a stray grenade, destroying another one of his gears. All the stolen stuff magically returned to Dr. Fetus' ship. Okay, I'll stop now. Then Curly stopped playing Civilization 6 on CV's Compe. I probably said that wrong, sorry. Commander Video then went searching for the legendary Banana Nut Muffin Temple with her. But then an alarm was activated, trapping our heroes in a cage. Several black-hatted mushrooms with boxing gloves jumped out of the bushes as our old fiend Entity jumped out of a tree with an evil plan to steal all the Banana Nut Muffins and burn them. Then Curly ate one of the mushroom's hats, making him run away because he was bald. Commander Video threw her the machine gun, and Wario raised his garlic-powered fists, ready to punch the army. These black-headed mushrooms were actually Malio and Ouija. Then Commander Video met the skeleton mascot of the Scotch VHS products. That's a deep cut. Ouija ran away because of his hair problems, so that only left Malio as a spy. He turned into a fireflower when the Emily held up a mirror. Then he fled into the temple. Commander Video, Curly, and Wario ran past deadly traps and got bonked a few times, but then they courted the Entity in the Banana Nut Muffin Chamber. But he wasn't finished just yet. The criminally insane mushroom summoned his helicopters as hench shrooms stole the muffins, the trio after him coming across an abandoned castle that resembled a Snorlax. Then a sweet angled chickens named Flo appeared on a handsome king's head and said, y'all please be nice. The handsome king said he loved looking at nature and birds. The entity was going over his evil plan to crash the Emerald Bride's economy when CV, Curly, and Wario burst into the throne room. He berated the heroes for not knocking and pulled out his BFG 9000. An Enderman teleported to CV and the rest. The Enderman brought everyone to a strange city of marshmallow pancakes. The Enderman looked at the entity for no reason and teleported out. The four fought to death, ending with the entity impaled on the spike. Blood, coolant, and scorch marks were all over the place. Commander Video, after his last battle with Timbletot, was willing but weak, until Reggie came down and said, "Your body is ready," and gave him the Power Mitten. He loves the Power Mitten, it's so bad. The Power Mitten turned into a giant awesome smiley, an evil awesome smiley. The muffins were safe, so it was all good. Dr. Fetus beamed them up as Quote poured life pots down their throats. But then the smiley revealed he was Evil Otto under a different name. Evil Otto got destroyed by the angry video game nerd. Then the real smiley came. Then James did a backflip for no reason and impaled several Kremlings. Then the Timbletot appeared yet again, but Dr. Fetus removed his third gear using a zapper. Then everyone ran out of ideas for story time, and then we took a break. But then Qbert announced a new DLC pack. It was every character from the Good Friends DLC pack in cheese form. Then Mr. Random came in and twisted the story, taking all heroes with him. But then everyone got thrown into the void by the Troll of Wall Breaking. Mr. Ransom went turbo-tastic and got Shrek'd when he tried to destroy the Shrek 2 DVD. A red Pikmin rose out of the ground and sang, "Land of the Dead," before revealing he was Satan. Then Satan set the world on fire. Satan then ate the fires. He kidnapped all of Commander Video's friends and jailed them within the largest office building in hell. CV needed help, so he went to seek out Gaijin Games HQ. But then he got hyper and knocked it down. But CV was extra, so the building still stood. He asked Aunt Rambo to help him defeat Satan, so he dressed up as the other Rambo and grabbed his machine gun. Alex Noisy donned his engineer cosplay. Satan was defeated and then turned into a taco. Then Rambo ate the taco, then pooped the taco away. CV's friends celebrated, but then the Timbletot returned for another time and revealed his true form, dun dun dun, which was a mini-sentry wearing a demon crown replica. Then the Angle Chicken Flo came back and broke the fourth wall by asking the narrator for longer stories. Then the Handsome King plays Super Mario Bros. In the NES. Sorry guys, I can't make it longer. The more comments there are, the longer it is. No, just kidding. His true form wasn't a mini-sentry. It was actually Clog, a.k.a. that guy from the Neverhood. Then Wario came and farted so hard and nastily that it killed everyone, but then a cupcake fell and everyone came back to life. Then everyone went to church with their family, and Flo, they all carried their 3DSs and got street passes for the new Mii Plaza games. But church doesn't exist on PNF-404, and CV is atheist. With the Mii Plaza, Ganondorf attacks the plaza, so the Mii's retreated to the Welcome Wonderland. Then the Titan ate them all. Commander Video then ran into Commander Audio again, and see, wait, there's still the whole Clog problem. Dr. Fetus simply grabbed Clog and flushed him down the super toilet. Then Miiverse user 3DS Flo asked everyone to follow him in Miiverse. They said no and beat him up for interrupting the story. Anyway, CV was angry and started attacking CV. Oh, CA was angry and started attacking CV. But Noisy was also mad at Commander Audio for the lack of cake at Gaijin HQ. So he made a mini-sentry that fired explosions to CA, turning him into Jibs. It was Christmas and Santa came and gave everyone Wii U's, but the Wii U's had little Pikmin inside of them that watched you as you sleep. The white Pikmin one night snuck out and crawled into a gunny sack. They created a living bag that walked into Captain Video's kitchen to steal a meat tenderizer. The living bag was disguised as Palutena from Kid Icarus. Naughty Boogie snuck up on Commander Video while he was sleeping, ready to kill him, but it failed to notice Charles Martinet with a fire flower. The sack burned and the white Pikmin all died too. Then, lots of spaghetti. Luigi is coming to haunt everyone. But then Quote threw the possessed spaghetti into Super Toilet, turning it into Luigi from the Super Mario World cartoon. "That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario," he said as he haunted Charles Martinet. Then Luigi turned into dust. The reason is unknown. Then Commander Video took a walk outside and gave some homeless Pikmin some bread. That was nice of him. Then Timbletot returned again, only he wasn't Clog. CV was notably sick of him and just mini-sentried his left eye. Timbletop might not have been Clog, but he was actually Malio. CV still mini-sentried his left eye, making a soil shark eat him up. Then Uncle Dill comes out of nowhere and starts dancing with the homeless Pikmin to raise money to make a Runner 9000 game. They raised $5, which the homeless Pikmin stole to buy a candy bar. Then a guy at the bus stop stole it. The Pikmin were given a pickle instead by Uncle Dill, which they ate happily. Then he took their remaining $3.84, but was then slapped in the face by CV, so he gave it back to them. Then the entity stumbled in and pulled the generic giant lever that warped Commander Video into an equally generic giant castle with a wicka wicka waka waka sound, and found a dog. The dog sat there in the prison with him as the entity monologued about his next plan to take over Miiverse with an armada of sentry, busters, bombs, and kamikaze terrorists. Then Ganondorf make a powerful weapon for the entity, Timbletot 2.0. He cast it aside and then melted Ganondorf down using lava in Favor's bombardment ship. A heavy fell from the ceiling and ate the bars of CV's holding cell to escape. But the place exploded. Ganondorf said, "This isn't the end of me. I will be back to get my revenge on Reuben." Then he exploded for no reason. Link found Ganon's dead body and burned it. He was happy his enemy was dead, but then figured out that without a villain, his series was over. So Link cried until the fire burned out. And he ate hot sauce instead. But the hot sauce was poisoned by a ghost. So Link got sick. Commander Video and the Entity landed in the Mounting Sands, where yet another boss battle took place, ending in the two both calling it a draw. Then Commander Video unleashed a new form of himself, Commando Next Gen. His art style was enhanced and better powers, like turning lead into Sudzu and eating mini-sentry gun legs. But then Next Gen Commander Video was erased for too much brown, and the actual CV went to Scoot's Pancake Hut, while the Entity went home. Hurry up, the story's almost over. Alrighty then. Gordon Ramsay served CV a fine stack of bacon pancakes and banana nut muffins. Then went back to braiding his plays. Then Dan Rambo went kaboom, filmtastic because of propane. Then Dan Rambo resurfaced in New York. He met Robin Williams, who was armed with the Zelda CDI game. Then Billy Mays' ghost possessed a Jumbotron, and Dan Rambo got teleported into Scoot's Pancake Hut by Mays. The end.